He hit him with a Suge Knight. He hit him with a Death Row Records. Oh, Chris Paul. That's the dog, though. That's my homie, but he had to take this one. Steph Curry, guarded by Chris Paul, out there by the three-point line. There's something. Then he tries to come inside. Chris Paul all over, and somebody else, big man, maybe Ayton, try to get in there. Steph Curry and one makes the layup with the mouthpiece. You know him, always dangling. He said, this ain't 2014 no more. What? This ain't 2014 no more. Oh, he clowning that Lob City. He clowning that. And it made me think, damn, where were they in 2014 versus where they are now? Because Steph Curry like, hey, bruh, one, you can't guard me like you used to guard me, old man, basically clowning. But two, oh, what a difference a day makes. In this case, what a difference 9 years makes. Because let's go through the resumes from 2014 to, oh my God, what has happened? At that time, CP3 was already all NBA first team 4 times. And let's just be real, I don't think he's going to make all NBA first team ever again. But so he's 4 times when Steph Curry was 2014 talking about, right? Reigning All-Star MVP, and also he was in his 10th year in the league. Steph Curry in 2014 only made 1 All-Star at that time and didn't have a championship ring. Steph Curry now, oh my God, he has 4 championship rings, 2-time NBA MVP, so he got all of that after it, and he's a 9-time All-Star. That means 8 more since then. Regular season record for three-pointers, scoring leader, most threes in history, Warriors all-time leading scorer. Okay, now let's get some other layers before we chop this up. He's also gotten a lot bigger, a lot stronger, a lot more physical, a lot tougher. Let's be real. The ankles have held up. And this is not the first time they've been back and forth in their conversation of beef, right? All right, he probably went at him because CP3 made fun of Steph's shimmy. Y'all remember that? In 2018, did the shimmy. And he wouldn't let Curry, CP3, practice on the court the year after 2019. Vaguely remember that, but did my research. I'm like, oh, so they've been doing this, you know, a death by 1,000 paper cuts a little bit. Slice you over here, slice you over there, and then you hit me with the, oh, you clowning the shimmy too? Now, this ain't 2014 no more. Woo! Man, that's some fire right there, because what can you say if you Chris Paul, like Steph Curry been on a run? This ain't even a run. This is like this, honey, I'm going out for a jog and never come back home. Like, this dude just is going. Where you going, Steph? Like, Steph Curry's trying to crack the top 10, being real. And there is a conversation of him being in the top 10. I think he's still on the outside of that. You guys tell me in the comments, but he's not in my top 10 yet. But then it's like, in terms of impact, like, I don't know a kid alive that doesn't want to be Steph Curry. My son, who is always my litmus test, he tells me, Daddy, LeBron James is the best basketball player ever. And he says it like matter of fact. I'm like, why? I agree, but why do you say that? Because we learned about him in school. And I was like, oh, okay. I said, did you guys learn about Michael Jordan? Yeah, but they said LeBron's better. And that's it. Like, don't ask another question, Daddy. I was like, damn, they over here brainwashing these kids in LA. LeBron's the king, right? But then, where does Steph Curry fit in that conversation? Oh, my son and all his friends. Everything they do, they want to be like Steph. You know how we grew up, we were like Kobe. Now they all Steph Curry. They wearing all the neon and Under Armour everywhere. It's crazy. But I've had some interactions with Steph. I actually did a documentary with Steph that should be released sometime this year. We'll see when that comes out. But he used to come on Sports Nation. And I remember asking him, I think on air and off air, I was like, dog, for real, how do you shoot? And he was like, well, everyone shoots different. I was like, duh, fool, I know that. I don't shoot like you. I said, tell me, how do you shoot? I want to learn like you. And the only thing I remember is that he got a tattoo somewhere, like a little arrow or something, that he says that does something for him in the aim maybe. But he said, these 2 fingers go through the net. And I started doing it, and I was like, that ain't helping me. I was still missing and missing. But I think live on air, we had a shooting contest. And guess who won? I beat Steph Curry in a shooting contest. Now, I will admit it was rigged or it wasn't 10 feet on an NBA court. But still, Steph Curry shouldn't lose even throwing trash in a wastebasket to me. But he lost that time. it's just good to see that he has realized so much of that potential that Mark Jackson, remember early? Mark Jackson with the bad ankles, Mark Jackson said, best shooting duo in NBA history, Splash Brothers. And everyone laughed at him at that moment. Everyone clowned him at that time. And look what it became. Or excuse me, I'm sorry, Steph, that's disrespectful. Look what it's still becoming. Like, he is still rolling. Dog won the MVP. Like, this dude is next level. And that beef between him and Chris Paul, God, I'm in the locker room. I can't lie, even though Chris, my dog, he winning that one by a lot. And imagine, Chris had the lead. Had Lob City, had it all, it felt like, in 2014. But perseverance, once again, keeping your head down. Oh, keep clowning, keep joking, whatever that may be. Now, Chris Paul is on the team this year that could win it all. Let's be real. Kevin Durant comes back in the playoffs. That team is loaded as well. It's going to be fun to see them go at it this year. And now there's a little more spice in that recipe because we know that they have not forgotten their rivalry from Golden State, Clip City, Chip City. And now we're going to see what happens when CP3 sees them in the playoffs, hopefully. Man, what did he say again? This ain't 2014 no more. Golly, that one hurt.